Welcome. In today's screencast, we're going to talk about how easy it is to create an ebook using Vellum. Vellum is a program that I absolutely love. It has revolutionized the way that I format books. It is created currently only for Macs, so if you have a PC, you can't use it. But it is probably one of the easiest programs that I've ever used, and I've done quite a bit of formatting. So, what you're looking at here is an excerpt piece from one of my books, and I'm actually going to format this while I'm taping. So, it's a Word document. We'll scroll through it, and you'll see that it's right and left justified. There's page separations between the chapters, but there's nothing really special about this document whatsoever. It's a fairly normal Word document. So this is what we're going to format. So I'm going to close it, and here it sits on my desktop. In order to put this into Vellum, I simply click on it, drag it down, and this is the Vellum icon. And it immediately opens on my desktop. You'll notice that it's already sorted out the chapters. So let's look at the information that I have to add. I have to give it a title and fill in my name. Get that sorted out. There we are. And fill in the last half of my last name. You'll see that everything that appears in this section appears on the right-hand side. So this is like a preview pane. It's telling me how the book is going to look on various different platforms. It defaults to iBooks using an iPad, but there are other choices that we can look at as well. I can, for example, look at what it's going to look like on a Kindle Fire. A little bit different. Same sort of idea. Anyways, we also need a cover. The fastest way to do that is to drag it and drop it. So I'm just going to go to where I can find it, drop it into place, pull this back up within view, and you'll see as easy as that, the cover goes in place. We're now going to look at what it has done with the text. So the first page that I come to here is actually the title page, and I no longer need this because Vellum creates a title page. So I'm just going to go up to edit, click on delete, poof, there it goes. This is my copyright statement. So up here it says Untitled, but I'm going to give it a type. So I'm going to click on the little gear and I'm going to say this is a copyright page. And suddenly it says copyright. Here we are at the introduction. You'll see that there's a certain style, fonts, drop caps, things like that. We'll talk about those in a second. After the introduction, and by the way, you can just sort of scroll through it and see it, we have chapter 1. And just like this, it has divided itself into a chapter. Chapter 2, same thing. It has put chapter 2 in the chapter 2 position. So I'm going to add a little bit of information. I'm going to go, you can't see the menus because I didn't include this big a screen, but I'm going to add an element, and that element is called About the Author. And then I'm going to pull up my Word document, select all, copy it, go here, paste. And there we are. I'm going to take the label out here because it already has About the Author. And there we have a bio. Let's also add in another element. that says also buy. Okay, so I can put other books that I've written, little blurbs about those. So I have a little cheat sheet as well. So I'm going to highlight it all, copy it, come back here, paste it. And as you can see, it's nicely formatted and in place. So the last thing that we're going to talk about, by the way, for all intents and purposes, I'm essentially done. And my timer is sitting at 5.5 minutes, and I've been talking while this has been going on. So we're going to look at styles. Vellum allows a variety of different styles for the overall look of the book. So you can scan through the basic styles, and you'll notice on the right hand side it'll change as I go through the various styles. Different styles, different feelings, different formats. The one that I like is actually this one. This is going to show me the overall look and feel, but I can also go through and change what the heading looks like to a certain extent. I can do the same thing for the first paragraph. So for example, this has a 2-line drop cap. So as I go through the various choices, I could have a script drop cap, or I could have a 3-line drop cap, or simply the first line capitalized, etc. I'm going to go back to where it was because I kind of like that one. If you have a block quotation in your text, you can control the style of that as well, as easily as simply choosing one of the formats. Same thing with an ornamental break or a scene break. You have a variety of different looks. I like this one with the fade on either end of the line. It makes for a softer line. We can look at a paragraph after a break and see what the styles are. I don't like a drop cap after a paragraph break or a scene break. I like this choice. And you'll see that as we go down, there's a variety of things we can do. We can put images in place and have them look like this, or we can have a bit of a shadow behind them. We can have a line, more of a line, a frame, etc. So you can see that there's a wide variety of things that you can control really simply. I'm going to go back to contents. I'm going to take a quick peek. We've got a book cover. We have book information. We have the copyright page, the 3 chapters, the about the author, and about my other books. I'm going to go over to the right hand side and say generate. Do I want to save the document first? Yes, I do. And I'm just going to save it to my desktop. Then it tells me to select the platforms. So how many different kinds of ebooks do I want to create? And you'll notice that there's different ePubs for different retailers. I don't load up to Google Play, so I'm going to just generate 4 plus a generic one. Click on continue, and you'll notice that it's telling me that it is going to generate these. It wants me to select a folder, and I'm just going to say desktop and choose, and then click on generate. And you see how fast they're being created, and they're done. So I'm at 9 minutes. I've created a file ready to be uploaded to a retailer from start to finish. Pretty impressive. Try out Vellum and see if you like it as much as I do.